I'm a bit of a noob when it comes to airbrushing, and that's exactly what I told Gaahleri when they reached out for a potential cooperation. My initial response was, I'm good with my current setup, but I do have a need for something with a larger spray area, specifically for terrain. We're going to talk about that today with my latest terrain project and using the Gaahleri Mobius TG 0.5mm airbrush, and let's just say I walked away impressed. Alright, welcome back to Miniature Game Montage. I'm Jimmy, and I am always working on terrain. This terrain is from Printable Scenery, and it's a broken bridge of sorts. A big issue where I live is humidity and temperature, and it's probably not a good idea to use a rattle can the majority of the time. So I've started airbrushing miniatures for priming, and for terrain I typically dry brush, but with a larger project that takes time. After speaking with Gaahleri, they thought they could help with the process and sent me this airbrush to try out, and boy did I put it through the paces up front. First, the airbrush is well packaged. It has a round cap which I used, as well as a fan cap. It's super easy to put together, just screw the cup on, hook it up to a compressor, and you're ready to go. The trigger is on the bottom, which is different than what I'm used to, and I absolutely loved it. That is specific to this type of airbrush, as they do make standard ones as well. Now, starting out, I took the $1 paint that is notorious for being thick and thinned it down with some thinner. If anything was going to clog the airbrush, it would be this. I laid down an initial layer for the stone, and this is exactly what I was looking for. An airbrush with a wide spray area that covered terrain quickly and easily. Using the airbrush, I was able to knock out 3 pieces of terrain with an initial base coat very quickly. The thing I loved is I had control. The trigger on the bottom just made sense for control of how much paint was coming out. After quickly cleaning the cup, I mixed the next color, which is a lighter gray for the stone. Again, this went on super smooth at around 20 psi. You actually have control in 2 places on this airbrush. There's a knob on the back that allows you to control the trigger and fluid. So the more you open it, the more you can press the trigger and the more paint comes out. If you close it all the way, 0 to very little paint will come out. This did extremely well for the detail areas when I was working on some of the wood. For the wood, I did switch up to the Army Painter line to try that out. I put it straight into the cup without diluting it, and it worked great. I was able to knock out these pieces of terrain so quickly that I found myself wanting to try something else out. So I thought, why not try to give some miniatures a Zenithal? I do this to just about all of my miniatures right now, and with my current airbrush, I have to do them model by model, piece by piece. With the Mobius TG 0.5, I just put them on a piece of cardboard and sprayed at a distance with some white ink. This worked so well, it was like using a rattle can. I was able to quickly give all the miniatures a Zenithal, and at this point I had to figure out how the airbrush looked on the inside. Many times with my current setup, I find myself disassembling the airbrush to give it a thorough clean. The Gaahleri airbrush easily comes apart, and I inspected the parts. I did not find any signs of dried paint. I held each piece up to the light to see if I could see through, and it passed the test. Now, to be fair, that's probably more common with 0.5mm airbrushes versus something like a 0.2, but it made me feel good to know that I just put $1 paint in this thing and it held firm. Overall, this brush feels really good. I finished my project with some PVA glue and flock, and it's ready for a game. Now, as always, I urge you to do your own research, and I'll put links down below in case you are interested in finding out more. You'll find a referral link that will give you a discount on any products you buy, as well as generate a commission to the channel. You can use the promo code MGM for 10% off any order. I can say if you're looking for an airbrush with a wide spray, specifically for Zenithal highlighting miniatures in a batch, and for terrain, you can consider the Gaahleri TG 0.5mm airbrush. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this short video on this airbrush and the terrain that I'm working on. Supporters Club, your names are on the screen now. That's by no means necessary. If you've watched the video this far, you've done more than enough to support the channel, so thank you so much. We will see you in the next one. Take care.